Yo, yo, yo. Hey, I'm sorry. I know the getting ready screen was up for a bit. I got sidetracked with something. I apologize. I know the montage was over there for a few minutes. I apologize. First time chat. It's your boy Art Guy. What's up, buddy? Yo, welcome in. Welcome in. What's up, guys? Gamer, what's going on, dude? Guys, I do apologize. That's not usually the case. Longest getting ready. I know, dude. I know. Yeah, I apologize. Something came up I had to address while that was happening after I started the stream up. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe. Possibly, dude. I cannot confirm nor deny that I fell in. It's a possibility. Honeycomb cereal and coffee. Let's go. Cool. Solid. Solid. That sounds fantastic, dude. I haven't had honeycomb in quite a while. What's up, guys? Again, I apologize. I know the montage was over there for, I don't know, a good number of minutes. But, yeah. I'm here. We're here. Happy Tuesday, man. Happy Tuesday. Day 15 of Breath of the Wild, yeah. Day 15 of Breath of the Wild, and gaming news, dude. We'll keep pressing. Keep pressing, dude. I don't know. That's about it. We've got all the Divine Beasts done. We're just kind of grinding away, doing a lot of world exploration. We finally found the NPC yesterday for utilizing the Korok seeds to expand our inventory slots, which is a huge benefit for us moving forward and taking on some of these like Lionel fights and things like that, because we need to do some of that. We need to grind some of those higher tier enemy fights in order to get materials to upgrade some of our equipment, things like that moving forward. So we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna go after shrines. We're just gonna look around the world, lots of places we haven't been yet. Keep going after health upgrades. We need to do the Master Sword trial. We got all kinds of stuff to do, but we'll keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing. It's gonna be a week of grinding in the game, as it were. Okay. Before we do that, you know what we got. You know what we got. It'll be the news, baby. The news. So let's go ahead and hop into that. By the way, this is what we're listening to this morning. If you're not aware, bullets per minute soundtrack, amazing first-person shooter, rhythm-based first-person shooter roguelike game. Indie developer, amazing game, and great soundtrack, if you ask me. If you're enjoying the music, this is what we're listening to this morning, and the game is fantastic as well. So just go take a look. Highly recommend. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's get into the news, man. Let's get into the news. Lion. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do what we do. You know what that is, baby. Yeah, yeah. Wick, did you watch the game last night, dude? Credit where credit is due, man. Congrats to the Pins. It was a good game, man. It was a good game. It was high paced, dude. Especially in the third period, into the third period, dude. They were skating hard. Everybody, both teams, dude. It was like up and down the ice, man. The last half of the third period, just going hard. It was a good game. Grats to the Pins, man. Bloodholes. Yo, come back and say that again towards the end of the year, okay? We'll let's talk about that again towards the end of the hockey season, okay? All right, buddy. Yeah, 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 yeah. It is. We'll see. We'll see what. So far, the images I've seen don't look super next gen. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully. I mean, I really would have liked for them to have just focused more on like fixing the things about that game that don't feel very good instead of just the graphics. The Witcher 3 doesn't look bad anyways. You know, obviously the next gen upgrade, okay, I get it. But there's a lot about that game that did not feel fantastic. So, I don't know. For me it's like, all right. For me that game has other things that feel like they should be focused on other than just like improving the way it looks on new gen consoles or whatever. I don't. That's just me personally, but yeah, you're not wrong. I have seen some screenshots so far though, and I can't tell a significant difference between at least what I've seen. We're gonna need to see some more stuff, anyways. Thanks for reminding me though, gamer. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah. So Epic Games giving away 15 free game. Let's just talk about this right now. Let's get this out of the way. Bro, what happened? Stop. These are the games that are free right now. They are free until 2 days from now. 2 days from now, Saints Row 4 and Wildcat Gun Machine are free on Epic. About 2 days and 3 hours from now, they will no longer be free, and they are going to start their holiday giveaway. The holiday giveaway is a free game every single day. They'll have a free game on here for roughly like 2 weeks. Every day for 2 weeks will be a different free game for 24 hours. If you don't grab that free game for within that 24-hour period each day, you're out of luck. So people need to be prepared for jumping into the Epic platform every day from like the 15th of December through the end of the month and grabbing their free games, because there's going to be some notable free games. I'm willing to bet on that. There always are for their holiday giveaways. So grab these games now. Even if you're not interested, they're free, man. Just grab them. Who knows when you might feel the itch to try these games out, right? It's free. Why not? And be prepared for 2 days from now to start grabbing your daily free games from Epic for the fall, like to start jumping in there every day and grabbing your free games for the next coming week and a half to 2 weeks, okay? Now that we got that out of the way, we don't need to dive into this because we already were aware, and that's what I just talked about. Phil Spencer says Sony wants to grow at Xbox because Xbox's expense. Yeah, that's business. Xbox wants to grow at Sony's expense. Nintendo wants to grow at the expense of both Sony and Microsoft. You know, it's like what's he's quoted as saying here specifically? Making Xbox smaller. Yeah. Sony absolutely wants to make Xbox smaller. They always have. Xbox has always been smaller. And that's where Sony wants to keep them. But that's the way business is, right? The people on top always want to keep the other businesses smaller and, you know, underneath them, you know, casting a shadow over those other companies. Doesn't matter what side of business you're in. That's the way it works, right? Almost always, anyways. So this is not news. Phil Spencer's not wrong. It definitely comes off as Sony, you know, wanting to keep things the way they've always been instead of allowing Xbox to move forward with a venture that they've come across that could potentially change the game up and make Sony have to evolve and find different ways to be competitive. Absolutely. So in my eyes, it's really Sony, the ones that are being anti-competitive here for the most part. But this is just the way business works. Hey, a GOG winter sale is ongoing. Let's take a look at that. We were talking about GOG yesterday. Amazon's giving out Dishonored 2 free. Cool. That'll be part of Prime Free Gaming, I'm guessing. PC requirements reach new highs. Popular PS5 game hits Steam. Is this a min requirement of 32 gigs of RAM? Recommended system requirement. Probably not minimum, but recommended system requirement of 32 gigs of RAM. I've talked about this here recently. RAM's becoming an increasingly ramping up requirement for gaming. It was in Elden Ring as well. Maybe not quite to this extent, but it was. It was a big requirement for Elden Ring also for on PC. And you're going to see more of it. We'll talk about that. But anybody that's going to be getting into the PC gaming side of things, I highly recommend that you take a hard look at, normally whenever you're building a full-size PC or you're buying a full-size PC, you're going to have four RAM slots, 4 slots for RAM sticks. I highly recommend you take a look at either just going ahead and diving into just popping 64 gigs of RAM in there, or going with 2 sticks of 16 to begin with. That way you can upgrade with 2 more 16 gigs of RAM later on, because the requirements are getting higher. But not only that, I mean, with the high requirements of gaming, plus anything else, most people are multitasking on their PCs, even outside of gaming. And the more you do, the more you have open, the more processes you're running, the more RAM intensive it is. So it just makes sense. Lawyers are claiming that Epic hired psychologists to assist in making the title as addictive as possible. This is that whole, like, lawsuit up in Canada that the parents are putting on against Epic and Fortnite. We've talked enough about it. I'm not going to dive into it anymore. I find it ridiculous. You know, I mean, make your kids turn the game off. Make your kids eat. Make your kids focus on hygiene. You know, like the things that revolve around basic human life. You know, teach your kids that those are the more important things in life than a video game. And do your job. Because if your kids are having this much of an issue with a video game, I'm sorry, but they are probably not being equipped by you as a parent to handle a lot of other things they're going to be confronted with in life as they turn into an adult. Sorry. That's just the way that seems to me. If you can't, you know, get that kind of thing across to them as a kid and help to handle that kind of situation and setting kind of showing them what moderation is needed and going, hey, you need to turn it off and go eat something. Turn it off. Go take a shower. These kids are not equipped for life as they evolve into adult human beings. Sorry. These parents are not doing their job, man. That's a jingle bell time. What brought that up, dude? This, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we've already talked about this. Riot Games brings PC and mobile titles to Xbox Game Pass. I already knew that was happening. We talked about it a few days ago. Hate that generation of people, like slightly older than me, probably your age. Dude, what makes you think I'm older than you, dude? You look way older than me. So. Yeah, what makes you think I'm older though, dude? Like, what are you talking about? You're old, bro. Yo, grizzly bear, dude. I mean, I hate that generation of people. Who's that? Who sounds old, dude? Who sounds old? Who looks old, dude? That generation will never, they'll never get what it was like for us in my age, our day. Dang it. Wig, bro. What generation are you even talking about, dude? Oh, so like slightly older. Why? See what we did there. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. What do you mean? Like, why do you hate that generation? What exactly are you getting at, dude? Elaborate for me, man. That was funny, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Put kids on leashes? I don't think it's about that, dude. But I mean, put kids on leashes, they sue everyone. Well, the sue everyone thing is what I'm getting at. I'm not like the put kids on leashes thing. I mean, I think stereotyping like a generation for putting kids on leashes. I think every generation has definitely had their kind of gravitated more towards a different kind of parenting style and stuff like that. No doubt about it. Yeah. Gamer. Wick hates everybody, dude. Don't worry about it. Don't take that to heart, dude. Wick hates everybody. Sue everyone because their kid is Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing, right? They only eat vegan. Yo, do you make vegan smoothies for them, dude? Do you cater to those individuals? Tell me you don't, dude. Tell me you don't cater to these people you hate. No vaccine, yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me you don't cater to these people, man. The list goes on. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. Yeah. I do think that every generation has kind of had their the evolution of like raising kids has been different. There's been things that haven't necessarily been. There have been trends with raising kids throughout history and different cultures, especially too, that haven't necessarily been fantastic, and there's been like this different like progressive kind of thing through generations of changing different ways of parenting and stuff. But you know, yeah, my smoothies are vegan and gluten free. You're catering to them, dude. Dude, gamer, I'm the same way, man. I'm the same way. Yeah, I couldn't go without eating meat, dude. There's no way. I'm gonna have to reevaluate. Bro, bro. Oh my god, dude! You're gonna start like spiking the vegan smoothies with like spam or something. Put spam in there. Oh my god, dude! Oh jeez. Yeah, no, I mean I agree with you. Like there is this really weird thing about, and that's what this comes across to for me as well. Is like it's those people that are like, we'll just sue them. We'll just sue them. You know what I mean? Like we're not, we'll project our faults, the things that we've done wrong, the resulting issues from the things that we haven't done right. We'll project that onto something else, and we'll sue somebody for it instead of taking like responsibility for our mistakes or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, sue everybody for everything, dude. It's insane. That's also a cultural thing, though. You know what I mean? There are a lot of they're like it's a big deal here in North America. I think in the U.S. it's more prominent here than it is a lot of other parts of the world. Actually, hot dog smoothie coming up. Yeah, bro. A little bit of ketchup in there. You know what I mean? Maybe some pepperoncinos. Dude, you should make a Chicago dog smoothie. Oh, gross, dude. You put some like cucumber salt in there. Oh, jeez, dude. Yeah, yeah. Same category as flat. Yeah, there's just a lot of yeah, weirdness in that whole group. I agree, but I think there is part of it's culturally too. Again, I don't think you find near as much of this like I'm just gonna sue everybody mentality in other parts of the world than you'll find like as prominently as it is in North America, especially in the U.S. and stuff. So I don't know, and that's just something that I seem to perceive. I don't have any kind of like definitive data behind that. You know what I mean? But that's just what I'm kind of thinking. Anyways, that's the way it comes off. Anyways, um, so I don't know. But I agree with you, dude. It's really weird how that works, and how people have just that's become like the norm in some places. Anyways, I know it is here. I know it is in the U.S. Like we'll just sue everybody. You bait people into being able to sue them and stuff. Like that's how people try to make their money. It's not even just like uh trying to sue people for anything and everything. It's become like a business of like baiting people into being able to sue them and stuff. It's really really crazy, man. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. And this is what like ever since I saw this article in the first place, it's just so wild. Are you kidding me, dude? You're gonna project your failure as a parent onto a video game developer? You know what I mean? Do your job, dude. Again, I understand there are a lot of parents that are in maybe situations where it's not always super easy to have constant monitoring and oversight of what your kids are into and stuff. But dude, it can't be all those parents, that's for sure. Wick 30, bro. It's been a rough go so far, dude. Huh? No, I'm playing. You gotta get rid of that beard, dog. It's bumping that age up for you, dude. I said okay. I'm just playing, bro. Yo, mods, time him out. Goodbye. Oh, dude. Oh, Wick, man. Oh, dude. Oh, Oh, buddy. You're killing me this morning, dude. Oh, bro, I'm like crying right now. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You just sit right back down that Prius, bro. Where are you going? All right, let's keep moving. I agree with you though, dude. It's real weird. That like mindset of people, everything you were talking about there, I agree with. Like, yeah, it's like it's everything I think of whenever I think about like Karens. You know what I mean? Like when somebody talks about a Karen, it's like all those things you listed. That's what I think about. You know what I mean? Suing everybody. Their kid is perfect no matter what. You know what I mean? Like vaccines are evil. Like the Earth is flat. You know, gamer. Yeah, it's like that's the Karen mentality. You know what I mean? That's every time I hear somebody talk about a Karen, I'm like, that's exactly what I you know I think about, or those kinds of people. You know. I'm flipping die, dude. My eyes are watered up. I've been just like laughing so much. I'm crying. Warzone 2.0 is getting combat records this week. Yo, Wick, here you go, dude. Armored Core 6 has one major similarity to some From Software's Soulsborne games. Hopefully, it's not the targeting system because their targeting system is archaic and trash. It needs to be updated. Crisis Core Remaster celebrates on. Yo, hey. High on Life released. Did it not? Did High on Life release? Hold on. Check it out. Yeah. Oh, no way, bro. Played this game for an hour and felt physically sick within the first few minutes. Another Unreal Engine 4 stutterfest, even on a 4090. No way, dude. No way to change FOV in this game, which can cause motion sickness. Can't change the movement keys? Hmm. We'll see. We'll keep track. This is the again. If you're not familiar with this is the game from the creators of Rick and Morty, right? It's got delayed a little bit. It's supposed to come out what, like back in October or whatever. Pretty sure. And it released today. So we'll keep track. We'll see. Right now it's at like 90%, but I'm not seeing like substantial reviews in here. We'll take a look. I would love to play this if it's good. It looks hilarious, and I hope so. We'll keep track. We'll keep track. Okay. I'd forgotten that release today. Um, we've got that up. 2 games are available today with Xbox Game Pass. Rick, I know you're still here, dude. Why are you not talking to me anymore? I know you're still here. Don't say goodbye and act like you left, dude. I see that you're still here. You know? We'll see what these are. Bro, that was actually hilarious. Can you not just like can you just let me have a win this morning, dude, since your team beat my team last night? You know what I'm saying? Let me have a little bit of a win this morning, all right? I need it, dude. Okay? Give me something, dude. Give me something. And look, if we're being really honest, okay? all of us are basically only 12 to 13 years old, right? I mean, let's get real here, okay? Earth age is not really, it's not applicable. Not in this channel, at least. We're all basically like 12 to 13 years old here in this channel. Bro, you're just, you know, I just pictured you at like 12 or 13 years old walking around with that same beard, dude. It was great. It was great. You had that beard early, didn't you? If I shave, I'm 11. How that beard? It's a good beard. You strike me as the kind of individual that was able to grow that fairly early, dude. Fairly early. How old were you when you were able to actually start growing your beard, dude? About 14? Huh? You were that dude, huh? You were that guy. You were that guy. It's flipping like the end of junior high, already flipping, rocking the chest hair and the big face muff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, "What happened to wig, dude? Where did this come from?" You know, dude's been chugging bottles of like hot sauce or something. Flipping. Here we go. Here we go, dude. I can't quit crying, dog. I'm flipping. I'm so spent already. God dang it, dude. Prime's giving away 10 free games over Christmas. This might be. This might be. What do you mean? Here we go, dude. What are you talking about? We'll put that right there. We'll put that right there. My dad would always say, "Eat it." Oh, it'll put hair on your chest, and I hate it. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. My dad always said the same thing, but it didn't really work, man. So, what were you eating that I wasn't eating, dude? You know, that's what my dad used to always say. Put hair on your chest. We had that same thing, dude. I'm sure. You know, but it didn't work for me, man. I still don't have hair on my chest. It never worked, bro. It never worked for me. I eat everything, dude. I eat raw corn, dude. You don't even eat raw corn. I mean, I've taken it to an extreme level, man. It hasn't worked. Microsoft has reportedly offered Sony the right to put Call of Duty. Let's take a look at that. Not too hard. That's probably it, dude. I'm reaching. Yeah. 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 I'm reaching. You know what I mean? I want it so bad that's why it's not happening. You know? No doubt. You're right. I should just quit eating altogether. I should go vegan. That's what it is. I need to go vegan, and then I'll get chest hair. Okay, Platinum's saying they could make as many as 9 Bayonetta games, but I guarantee you this: Helena Taylor will never ever do the voice acting in any of them anymore. Is it too soon? I don't know, dude. That too soon. Uh, that might have been a low blow there. I'm sorry, but this is I hate these articles. Like a kid, Platinum couldn't make as many as 9 Bayonetta games. Okay, that's like saying the developers of Valheim could make as many as 20 Valheim games. You know? I mean, what? It's just, come on, dude. Obviously, Valheim's in their first iteration, but the game's done very well. This is in the third iteration. The games have done okay. They've done pretty good. But it's like 9, you know what I mean? You're turning into Assassin's Creed at that point. You know what I mean? You start popping them out like candy, dude. They could, but what does it matter? I mean, I don't know. That's a weird reason to write an article, I think. Oh, here you go, gamer. Here you go, dude. CDPR releases meditative video of The Witcher 3 Next Gen. Let's take a look at that, dude. I like candy. Word. Some people like candy. I like candy too. Certain types of candy, though. You know? Here it is again, dude. Epic Games sued by parents. It's all over the place, dude. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Blizzard had has is no longer in collaboration with dude. It's not Tencent. Who's the other big Chinese publisher slash developer? Oh God, why am I blanking their name right now? Um, all right, gamer. All right, buddy. Why am I tripping, dude? Was it NetEase, dude. I was blanking their name. With NetEase, so they like a lot of their games aren't being published right now in China, and you know China's restrictions have become incredibly rough. So Blizzard's trying to find ways to bring some of their titles back to China, apparently, but it's not going to be through NetEase. It doesn't appear. We'll keep track and we'll see. Pertinent news we'll read into. Elden Ring's Game of the Year win shakes up Steam PC bestsellers list. Meh, whatever. That's not worth really looking at. Again, High on Life is the new game from the creators of Rick and Morty, or co-creator of Rick and Morty, and that's what I just pulled up just a second ago. It released today, High on Life. We'll keep track of the reviews, see how the game's looking, how it's performing, and we'll keep track and see how the release is going, how people are feeling about the game, and stuff like that. Okay, over the next few days for sure. New Justice League open world game announced. What? Okay. I feel worn out now, dude. Wick, great job, dude. Now I don't have any energy because you made me laugh so much this morning, man. Fantastic. Now I'm gonna fall asleep while I'm streaming. It's gonna turn into a sleeping stream. All right, dude. All right. All right. Well played. Well played, dude. I did not see that coming, dude. Yeah. I'm on it. I'm gonna get one of those smoothie shops, and I'm gonna make that Chicago dog smoothie. I'm gonna run your other one out of business, dude. Oh man. Ooh, really? Twitch is under fire for allowing donations to an anti-trans organization. That feels bad, Twitch. That sucks. Yikers, man. Forspoken demo is actually nothing like the final game? What? Says producer? Then why is this the demo? Oh my god. What is wrong with this industry, dude? Come on, man. Yeah, we know about that. Yep. MK12 roster teased. Okay, dude, Reptile? Reptile? All right. Let's go with these. Jeez, Wig. Killing me, dude. Oh, God. Mortal Kombat 12 roster tease. Let's go. The roster of the next look. We've seen there are a number of very notable. I think he's already out, dude. I think he's already out. But I'll take a bologna and cheese smoothie if you got one lying around. Spam and cheese mayo smoothie if you can hook that up, dude. There are notable fighting games. When people think about fighting games in the gaming industry, especially in the competitive scene, I mean, you think Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat's got a nice competitive scene. There are games like Smash Brothers. There are some other notables, but here recently we've seen Street Fighter 6 has been announced. It has a release date now. Tekken 8 as well. And we haven't seen anything from Mortal Kombat or even Injustice, which are two games that are from NetherRealm Studios. And we've been getting some like cryptic, you'll find out some stuff soon. You'll find out some stuff soon by from Ed Boon, who's the the head of NetherRealms, and we keep getting tidbits here and there about maybe some stuff we'll see soon. But I think everybody expects to get either the next iteration of Mortal Kombat, which would be MK12, or the new Injustice game sometime fairly quickly, due to the fact that both like Street Fighter and Tekken have the next iteration of their series coming out, and to compete with that, I think that people expect something from either one of these NetherRealm titles to come soon. The roster of the next Mortal Kombat game, tentatively dubbed Mortal Kombat 12, has been teased by series creator and director Ed Boon. There's nothing definitive at the moment, but Boon has seemingly confirmed a few characters that will be in the next game, confirmed a few characters that are up in the air, and confirmed a few characters that will not be in the next installment in the series. All of the information specifically comes the way of Ed Boon's Twitter page, where he's been answering various questions from fans, including many about the next but unannounced installment in the Mortal Kombat series. When asked if the following characters will be in the game, Mataro, Cassie, Stryker, Tanya, and Trimmer, Boon notably replied with "stay tuned" or some variant of it. This is far from a definitive yes, but when you compare it to some of his other replies, it suggests these characters will be in the game. In fact, when asked if he could bring back Tanya for the next game, Boon replied with "yes, we can," followed by "stay tuned." He didn't say "yes, we will," he said "yes, we can." Okay? This is the strongest commitment made for any single character. He said "yes, we can," not "yes, we will," or "yes, we are." People turn things into what they want to hear, by the way. If you notice that, almost all the time. Meanwhile, Boon has previously teased that 3D era characters will return, and when asked what the likelihood is that Reptile will return soon, after missing out on Mortal Kombat 11, Boon replies with "good." Meanwhile, Boon is more passive about Cabal, Scarlet, Melina, and Serena, saying things like "can't tell" and "I can't answer that." And lastly, Boon seemingly confirms Draman will not be in the game. More specifically, when asked if the character will return, Boon replies with "as a main fighter, not likely." In terms of roster teases, this is it for now. Unfortunately, none of this is definitive or official. Yeah. Dude, I always loved Reptile. And Reptile never really got the love that I think fans of Reptile wished he would have. So I would love to see Reptile get a really, really good character in the upcoming Mortal Kombat game. That'd be really neat. But I mean, this is just another one of those things where people are waiting to see what's going to be coming next from NetherRealms and Ed Boon, and this is people turning things into more than what it probably is. Even if Ed Boon was to say these characters are not going to be released with Mortal Kombat 12, that doesn't mean they're not going to come to the game after the release. It doesn't mean that those characters are not going to come to the game as like DLC later on down the road, because these games, they've got a significant lifespan. before the next iteration comes out. You see it with all of them. Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, it doesn't matter. And that's normally the way these games work nowadays, right? It comes out with a basic roster of characters. And there are different ways to unlock additional characters. And quite often, it's some DLC stuff you pay for to unlock at least an amount of them. So there's no real telling. And this isn't giving us substantial information. People are going to turning this into more than what it probably is. It's definitely nothing official. New Justice League open world game announced. A new open world Justice League game dubbed DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos has been announced for Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series 1, S, and X, being developed by PHL Collective and published by Outright Games. The title is pitched as an open world action adventure game and is set to release worldwide on March 10th. A price point has not been disclosed, but the announcement has been accompanied by an announcement trailer that confirms 2-player local co-op. Designed to be fun for the whole family, play as fan favorite superheroes. What about villains, though? Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman to battle Mr. Dude, how do you even say that? The Trickster from the Fifth Dimension has arrived to reign chaos. Reads an official blurb about the game from Outright Games. He is one of the most powerful supervillains with the ability to manipulate space and time, and who also really enjoys pranks. Mr. Mixpiddle, is that correct? Dude, I've never even heard of that name. Has summoned Starro, the Conqueror, to keep the Justice League busy while he comes to the new self-appointed mayor of Happy Harbor. Justice League Cosmic Chaos. This is the trailer. So
No, not the hot dogs!
Let's add some flair to this town. It's so boring.
You're up, Batman. This calls for a laser sweep.
I brought friends.
we're going to start getting villain games where we get to take out the good guys. You know what I mean?
Mayor Mixian's piddling at your service.
I'm tired of this. So much discrimination in these Marvel DC games.
That's a wrap for you, big guy. I got you.
All right.
Holy mackerel, this is getting good.
It does look like it could be a cool little family game for people. Yeah. There you go. Outright Games is best known for its licensed games. In other words, it has lots of experience bringing licensed games to market. However, most of these games end up being nothing more than middle-of-the-road experiences. Remains to be seen if this game will buck the trend, but the comments being turned off on the YouTube trailer isn't the greatest marker of confidence. Nice. All right. Forspoken demo is actually nothing like the final game, says producer. What? Video game demos are ideal marketing tools since by providing a slice of hands-on gameplay, they give the general public a good idea of what the game will be like when it launches. Yes, and demos are becoming a prominent part of the industry again. They went away for so long. They used to be huge. Demos were all like a huge thing, especially back like the early like PlayStation 1, 2, like those days, that era of, and not just for that console, but of just like giving that time frame, there were tons of demos everywhere. And then they just started dying out. And they've made a huge comeback because I think primarily the industry has seen where a lot of mistakes have been made. A lot of gamers and the consumer have felt cheated by game hype, bought games on release, and the game has been terrible, right? So, in order to fight what has been a result of that, which has been ultimately a lot of people resorting to piracy because of that fact, they have started bringing back demos to give people a taste of what the game is going to offer and to show that, the title is going to be fun, fleshed out, polished, things like that. Now, obviously, a demo is never going to give a comprehensive view of exactly what a full game release is going to be, right? But it should give a pretty solid taste. If done well, they can potentially attract new customers who may have otherwise skipped the game. For Square's Forspoken, though, there's a worrying sense that its public demo has achieved the opposite. Fan responses are divided, with many players unimpressed with what they experienced. However, the game's creative producer has suggested that the demo isn't wholly indicative of the full game. In a recent interview, creative producer Rao Mitsuno and head of developer Luminous Productions Takeshi Aramaki spoke about a demo for Forspoken, which was playable at the Tokyo Game Show in October. This same demo is what has been made available to download for the PS5, which Mitsuno explains was specifically crafted for the purposes of a demo and isn't just a slice taken out of the final game. That was a specifically crafted gameplay demo just to give a feel for the mechanics of parkour and magic, he explained to Gematsu. So that was specifically kind of fetch quest-like in terms of the makeup, like do these 5 objectives, then you get to fight a boss. So the full game isn't actually designed like that. It was just specifically created for that demo experience. On the one hand, anyone who didn't enjoy the gameplay flow might be pleased to know that it doesn't reflect the full game. On the other hand, putting out a demo that doesn't actually represent Forspoken risks harming its chances of if people don't enjoy it. Yeah, a demo is supposed to, as closely as possible, give you a taste of what the full game's going to offer you. This is not what a demo is supposed to be about, dude. When asked how Forspoken will handle side quests, Terada answered that there will be a variety of them and they'll focus on the stories of the world's inhabitants. So for side quests, it's really about the human interactions with these non-player characters, learning about their struggles and so forth, he said. As far as detours or side content that is available throughout the open world, there are aspects where you can explore and enhance your magic. There will be various bosses and dungeons that you'll be able to take on and challenge. There's also an aspect where you'll be able to engage with these cute creatures. Then there are archives where you'll find remnants and records of life that once was in the open world, which will help you gain further understanding and depth into the history of Athia. This would be good news if this was the only complaint players had, but a quick glance through Forspoken subreddit highlights other common critiques like the parkour controls, the combat, and the world feeling too empty. That's a big issue in open world games, isn't it? A lot of open world games go, oh, the world just needs to be open and big and exploring. You should just be able to go anywhere you want. That's not the main point of being open world. The point of open world is, yes, it needs to be open so that the player can explore it so that there's more to do. It allows the developer to incorporate more things to engage the player with. Not just make a big empty world. That's not fun, dude. The world looks huge and gorgeous with plenty to explore, but I worry it'll be ultimately pointless because the chest seems to just give you crafting mats, says JohnLock815, who also admits they'll wait until the game is on sale before buying it. Combat doesn't feel good. I can't place it, but it just feels floaty and spammy. Spells don't feel right. The dodging is awkward, and the lock-on is absolutely terrible. Oh, dude, this is a huge, huge thing for me, too. Bad targeting in games is molding for me. Lumi the Brew states that they quickly grew bored with the parkour, saying this is an easy skip for me, very disappointing because I thought this game looked good from a gameplay standpoint. It just did not feel good to play. Forspoken certainly isn't without its defenders, but the frequent complaints suggest the game needs some serious changes. It's slated to launch next month following 2 previous delays. That's another thing I've been talking about here. Delays are fine. Look, delays are needed and warranted, and developers should feel comfortable delaying a game when needed. I think another thing that developers need to be very, very careful about is shooting out release dates too quickly. Yeah. Because they get themselves potentially in this situation, which makes me very scared about games. Delays are appropriate, and we would much rather have a game be delayed and come out feeling better than it would have being released at an earlier time point, you know what I mean, and feel terrible. But when you get games that have multiple delays, it is an indicator there is something potentially not good going on in the development of that title, which makes me very, very skeptical about what the game is going to be like in terms of quality whenever it finally does release. So I can tell you from a personal standpoint, whenever a game has had multiple delays, I am almost never going to play it on release, because I've seen it happen too often where these titles have multiple delays and they come out and they're still just not great. There's something wrong in the development process. There are things that are not moving smoothly, and it's just too scary for me. So I don't know. This is concerning that they're releasing a demo for this game that doesn't even take from the actual. It's not even gameplay from what you're going to experience in the full release of the game. They literally developed an entirely. This demo is something developed completely aside from what you will experience in the main game. That's weird, man. That's weird. Not that there aren't things in the demo that are going to be similar to the main game, but it's not anything taken out of the main game either. That's really concerning, man. Square, dude. Dude. Square Enix has done some things over the direction they've been heading that I've seen over the past couple of years is really, really concerning to me, to be honest. Microsoft has reportedly offered Sony the right to put Call of Duty on PS Plus. The concession is said to be the latest made to the U.S. regulator in an attempt to ease concerns. Microsoft has reportedly offered Sony the rights to offer Call of Duty on its PlayStation Plus subscription service. That's according to Bloomberg, which claims that the offer has been made in an effort to appease the U.S.'s FTC and get its $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard approved. The publication claims that Microsoft has offered the concession in addition to its 10-year offer to release the franchise on PlayStation consoles. It recently entered a similar agreement with Nintendo. Bloomberg understands that Sony has yet to accept the deal as it continues to fight against the merger, which would see Microsoft take control of the industry's largest third party and one of its largest franchises. Microsoft giving Sony the ability to include the franchise as part of its subscription offering could be a step to offset the argument that Microsoft would be able to unfairly compete by offering the world's biggest multi-platform console game for a small monthly fee in its ecosystem. Call of Duty, the monolithic shooter franchise that regularly tops the best-selling list for console games, could theoretically have become exclusive to Microsoft platforms following this deal. However, since the announcement of Microsoft's intention to acquire Activision Blizzard, the company has assured that it wouldn't lock away the game for at least a decade. This hasn't stopped Sony from using the game as one of its linchpin arguments to regulators against the deal. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer recently claimed on the Second Request podcast that Sony is leading the dialogue around why the deal shouldn't go through to protect its dominant position on console, so the thing they grab onto is Call of Duty. He continued, the largest console maker in the world, raising an objection about the one franchise that we've said will continue to ship on the platform. It's a deal that benefits customers through choice and access. On Thursday, the U.S. regulator said it was attempting to block the $69 billion deal because it believed it would enable Microsoft to suppress competitors to its Xbox consoles and its subscription content in cloud-based gaming. What's funny is that again, when we read about the what the regulator actually said, it's like they're talking about these things that Microsoft, the subscription content and cloud-based game, these are the things that Microsoft has had to develop and come up with in order to be competitive in this industry, primarily against PlayStation in the first place, to continue to be a successful part of this industry, because Sony's always been above Xbox. And now that Microsoft and Xbox has found a way to potentially put them ahead in the industry, it's like people want to shoot it down because what, Sony can't come up with ways on their own to be competitive? You know, like, I don't know, man. It seems a bit off to me. It really does. Last week, Microsoft President Brad Smith provided more details in a Wall Street Journal editorial on the company's offer to keep the Call of Duty franchise on PlayStation. I think ultimately this is going to end up happening. I think it should. I've said this all along. I'm interested as to what the case would be if Sony was trying to buy Activision Blizzard. Would this be the same case? You know? What kind of like... How much of what's going on here is due to people being in other people's pockets and because, you know, there's got to be a lot of that kind of stuff going on. Like, if this was the other way around, if Sony was actually purchasing or in the process of trying to purchase Activision Blizzard, would the FTC be shooting this down as well? It's a valid question. I mean, we don't know that for sure, but I don't necessarily agree with what the FTC is saying here about what's going on. Why they're trying to block it. It doesn't seem like a good play to me. Like their reasoning behind trying to block this doesn't seem legit to me. CDPR releases meditative video of The Witcher 3 Next Gen. Video intended as a study aid or the meditative purposes, showing some calming footage from the next generation upgrade of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. CD Projekt Red has released a video that shows just over 90 minutes of footage from the upcoming PS5 and Xbox Series upgrades of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, except it's no ordinary teaser video. Instead, it's intended for peaceful or meditative viewing while also showing off the updated version of the game. Although CDPR's reputation dropped quite significantly when Cyberpunk 2077 became one of the most disastrous launches of 2020, the developer has more than bounced back, and fans are once again looking forward to the studio's offerings. Speak for yourself, okay? Andrew Heaton, speak for yourself, dude. The next-gen version of The Witcher 3 will be releasing on December 14th, and CDPR recently released the patch notes for it, detailing the improvements that have been made for modern systems. As many will expect, there are going to be some exclusive changes mainly to the overall visuals, including added ray tracing on both console and PC, updated textures for the sky, improved meshes, and an update to the global environment lighting, and much more. In the run-up to December 14th, the studio has uploaded footage to the Witcher YouTube channel, which is essentially a relaxation video that uses the visuals from the Witcher 3 next-gen upgrade. It consists entirely of Geralt of Rivia standing on the edge of the lake in Upper Mill Brunwich. The windmill in the distance spins its blades slowly as the sound of the water can be heard and the day turns to night. Then back to day again. While obviously intended as a showcase for the updated visuals, it's quite a unique take on the typical trailers that gamers are used to. Offers something much more serene and tranquil. While the graphical tweaks and improvements that pretty much everyone is anticipating, there will be some other changes coming. For example, CDPR has been testing community mods for The Witcher 3 to see which ones will still be compatible when the update rolls out. At the time of the report, there are roughly half of those that are working, 38 of 71. Yeah, so Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is available now for PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One, with PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S versions launching tomorrow. Take a look. It looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty. It really does. Look at that water. Pretty solid, man. Now, this is not going to change the fact that throughout the entirety of playing this game, you're going to have Roach running around on two legs, not being able to traverse environment. You're going to have people walking around acting like they're carrying boxes but not actually having anything in their hands. Look, this game's a hot, buggy mess. It really is. Is most of it game breaking? No, not necessarily. It is pretty, in my opinion, for an open world game, as brutal as traversing the environment is, if you're doing a very thorough playthrough and you're going to be playing this game for a long time, it's not fun. The difficulty with which traversing the environment in this game presents makes it more and more and more maulding the more you play this game. It doesn't matter if you're using Roach or walking through the environment with Geralt. There are things in this game that make traversing the environment feel rough. Obviously, more so with the mount, which is Roach. But there are a lot of bugs in this game. One of the other things that was terribly maulding about this game is, like, you fall 3 feet with Geralt, dude, you're dead. 3 feet of gravity and you're flipping wasted, which was insane. There's a lot to love about this game, but there was a lot of stuff broken about this game too. So, which is, like, going back and playing this after CDPR released Cyberpunk 2077, I can only assume that they thought they were going to get away with even more with Cyberpunk than they did with The Witcher, and it didn't work. So, I don't know, man. I'm sketched out about anything from them moving forward. This looks really good. It's not going to make up for what I found to be pretty difficult about the game. And for, Andrew Heaton to say that, everybody, fans are, maybe fans of CDPR are looking forward to the studio's offerings, but I don't think all gaming fans are looking forward to the studio's offering. I think there are a lot of people that are kind of in the same shoes as me that are a bit sketched out, skeptical about what CDPR is potentially going to be rolling out. I won't be playing anything day one from them, that's for sure. Not until I see improvements for their releases moving forward. But it looks good. I won't deny that. It looks pretty solid, for sure. So, we'll see. And again, the Witcher 3 is releasing for next-gen consoles. Yeah, tomorrow. Warzone 2.0 is getting combat records this week, but it will wipe current stats. Combat records will be added to the game via the Season 1 Reloaded update. Let's get some coffee. There's some good news and bad news for Warzone 2.0 fans. The game is finally getting combat records, but those records won't include your current stats. Combat records will be added to the game through the Season 1 Reloaded update launching on December 14th and will allow players to track specific statistics across their matches. Players will be able to track their total time played, their number of wins, their kill and death ratios, kill streaks, and other statistics. It's been a heavily requested feature from fans ever since the game launched on November 16th, but comes with a pretty significant catch. As Activision revealed in a blog post, combat records will only track your stats from games following its release and will not work retroactively. So while players will be able to track their kill counts going forward, they won't be able to get a complete picture of their Warzone 2.0 careers. Quote, the statistics present in the Warzone 2.0 combat record will only be from the activation date forward, reads the post. Will not include statistics from Season 1 launch through Season 1 Reloaded. The news hasn't been particularly well received by parts of the fan base, some of whom have described it as a slap in the face after having been playing since the game's launch, with wins and kill streaks that won't be recorded in their combat records. Some of the game's fans were already irritated that Warzone 2.0 didn't launch with the ability to track their stats. Yeah, that feels weird. So the fact their record since November 16th won't be recorded is hardly likely to pacify them. Still, this at least puts all players on a level playing field with everyone starting out at 0 once the update goes live. This mid-season update will be coming to both Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2 on December 14th, so tomorrow. In celebration of the update's release, players will receive double experience and double weapon experience across all platforms from December 15th to December 19th. Additionally, players on PlayStation consoles will also receive double experience from December 14th until all other platforms get in on the fun on December 15th. All right. There you go. Armored Core 6. This is like my biggest anticipation from what was shown at the Game Awards. Yeah. We already had seen some leaked information. There had been some confirmations that Armored Core was in development from Software and previous to the Game Awards, but actually getting, even though it was just a cinematic trailer, I can't help but be a bit hyped. Now, what I will say is that From Software does a pretty crappy job at their PC releases. Elden Ring felt like terrible. It felt really bad. Day one release on PC. I hope this game feels good on PC on release. But let's see what's going on here. Armored Core 6 has one major similarity to From Software's Soulsborne games. From Software, the studio behind titles like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, has confirmed that its upcoming 2023 game, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, will have one major similarity to many of the developers' more recent projects. This past week, From Software shocked fans when it finally announced that a sixth mainline installment in the long-running Armored Core series would launch next year. While many wondered what Armored Core might look like following From Software's ongoing focus on Soulsborne games, sounds like AC6 will only have one notable commonality. In a conversation with IGN, From Software director Hidetaka Miyazaki and designer Masaru Yamamura opened up a bit more about what fans can expect from AC6, while Miyazaki and Yamamura both stressed that upcoming title will be drastically different from games that belong to the Soulsborne subgenre. It was also said that one key component will be included with AC6. Specifically, boss fights are said to be integral to the experience, as From Software considers these bouts to be a pillar of the projects that are released by the studio. Currently, Armored Core 6 is broadly slated for launch next year in an undetermined window. Whenever the game does arrive, though, it will be coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, One, and PC, probably Xbox Series S as well, okay? Anything that releases on Xbox Series X will almost always release on Xbox Series S also. So there we go. So boss fights. Big mech boss fights. Let's go. Crisis Core Remaster celebrates launch with a festive Buster Sword tree sculpture. Yo, I was wearing my Buster Sword shirt yesterday, yo. Sculptor Simon O'Rourke wanted to surprise his family with a Christmas tree with a difference. To mark the launch of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, today, Square Enix and UK-based tree sculptor Simon O'Rourke have unveiled a Christmas tree sculpture of the game's iconic Buster Sword. That's pretty gnarly, dude. In the video below, you can see O'Rourke using a chainsaw to carve out the general shape of the Buster Sword before using a blowtorch to char parts of it and hammer in the metal parts of the sword. According to Square Enix, O'Rourke used his collection of chainsaws to carve through the outer layers of the tree and went on to use drills, grinders, and rotary tools to achieve the finer details of the sculpture. Following that, O'Rourke inserted metal into the tree to ensure parts of it would stay intact while he worked on the finer details of the Buster Sword before finalizing the artwork with a chisel and coloring the tree. Yeah, but what about materia, dude? Sorry, there probably should have been like some materia in there, right? With the finished Buster Sword, Uruk adorned it with LED lights and will keep it in front of his house during the festive season. I've been waiting in anticipation for months to showcase to the world my homage to the Buster Sword. I hope the fans of the franchise will feel that I've done the video game justice, shared Uruk, who says he wanted to surprise my family with a Christmas tree with a difference. While many fans will associate the Buster Sword with Final Fantasy VII protagonist Cloud Strife, Crisis Core is a prequel to the game that explains how the heirloom fell into his hands. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Check that out. That's neat. Very talented. Very talented. If you want to actually see the video, I'll put it in chat, okay? There you go. If you want to see him carving this, pretty nifty. Two games are available today with Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, okay, so High on Life released today. We knew that, right? Another simulator launching straight onto Game Pass in the form of Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. So High on Life is the game from co-creator of Rick and Morty, the animated series. And we have already looked up. Let's 91% of the 60 reviews are positive so far, so it's looking like it's doing okay. There were some reviews saying that there was some buggy, stuttering stuff, but it doesn't look like too many so far, so we'll keep track of this. We'll keep track. That's it right there. That's been a pretty anticipated. It got delayed from like an October release, I think, to today. But there have been a lot of people that are interested in playing this game. Humanity is being threatened by an alien cartel who wants to use them as drugs. Up to you to rescue and partner with the charismatic Talking Guns, take down Garmantuous and his gang, and save the world. Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator, also on Game Pass today. Potioncraft is an alchemist simulator where you physically interact with your tools and ingredients to brew potions. You are in full control of the whole shop. Invent new recipes, attract customers, and experiment to your heart's content. And just remember, the whole town is counting on you. All right. So those are on Game Pass today. Take a look. Videos are in there if you want to take a look at exactly what those are. We've seen them before, so I'm not going to take the time to watch the videos, but they're there if you want to take a look. GOG's winter sale ongoing with up to 90% off on various games. There are going to be winter sales for a lot of platforms coming up. Obviously, GOG is already holding theirs. Steam's going to have one. Epic will have theirs. You'll see it on like the Nintendo eShop, PlayStation Store, Microsoft Windows, or the Microsoft Store, stuff like that. Xbox Shop, all that stuff. You'll see sales coming, right? But specifically for GOG, their sale is going to last from December 12th through January 2nd. Again, if you're not aware, GOG is a pretty solid place to at least have some kind of PC library. They don't utilize DRM, which means this is a platform for PC gamers where if you own a game, you can have it downloaded and installed, and you don't need an internet connection to play that game anymore. A lot of other platforms require you, even if you own the game, you've downloaded it, and you've installed it, you still can't play that game if you're not connected to the internet, and you can't link up to that platform's servers. It's an issue with DRM. Now, one of the big things that GOG, Good Old Games, promotes is that they do not utilize DRM, which allows you that specific capability. If you own the game, you've already downloaded it, it's installed, downloaded and installed and everything, you can play it without an internet connection, right? That's a pretty big deal. So you can see here some of the notable titles right here. There are going to be sales, various percentages off, but some of the better ones you can see here: Styx Master of Shadows for $2, Divine Divinity for 60 cents. Outlast is $3. Outlast 2 is $4.50. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 is $1.50. XCOM 2, $3. Lords of the Fallen Game of the Year Edition for $4.50. Postal 2, $1. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year Edition, $10. Blasphemous Digital Deluxe Edition, amazing game, for $8.50. Fear Platinum, nice, the Fear games for $1.50. System Shock Enhanced Edition for $1.50. Darkest Dungeon, awesome, for almost just under $4. And Cyberpunk for $25. Yeah, so go take a look. GOG is a pretty solid place. One of the other things I'll promote, I'll bring up GOG real quick. One of the other things that's really good about GOG is it allows you to really link in a lot of your other libraries. Yeah, so you can link in libraries from other platforms. It can be Steam. It can be Epic. It's importing some of my Epic library right now. Down there at the bottom, you can see that. Epic, Steam, Ubisoft, EA's platform, all that kind of stuff. A lot of your different libraries that you might have on other platforms, you can link them into GOG, and GOG will pull those. It'll sync those up and pull in those libraries for you whenever you start up GOG, which is another really nice thing. But this is their platform. You can download and install the actual application for the desktop application, or you can just access it through a web browser, like normal. But you can see that you can also get a copy of a Ghost Tale for free right now. So that's cool. Get a free copy of that. Their winter sale is happening, which is what we were just talking about. Yeah. And that's the deal. So go hop on GOG, get a free game, and take a look at their sale. Cool. Yeah. Lots of sales going on. Lots of sales. All right. Amazon is giving out Dishonored 2 free, one of the best sneaking games ever. Another 9 games are free, including Metal Slug, The Last Blade, and Twinkle Star Sprites. What? Oh, that's a pretty nice still image there. Check that out. The attention-grabbing headline for this story of games coming with Amazon Prime membership this holiday would be 10 free games. But when the other 9 are so old they're starting to peel at the edges, that'd be pretty anticlimactic. The true news here is the utterly fantastic Dishonored 2 is yours gratis. If you're a member of the Bezos fan club, come December 27th, and it will join an already decent crop for this month. Start at the start of the month. To celebrate the birth of our Lord Santa, Amazon has already released a bunch of freebs for Prime members. These include the truly wonderful Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. We've talked about all the games that are free right now on Prime Gaming. Spinach, Quake, there are others. Dishonored 2 is a stunning game from Arcane back in 2016. It still very much holds up today. You don't want to trust the negativity some sites met it with because it was a corker. If you're a Prime member and haven't played it, this would be a daft opportunity to miss. So these are the games that are going to be free from December 27th to January 3rd. Okay, Dishonored 2, Metal Slug, Metal Slug X, Metal Slug 3, The Real Bout, Fatal Fury, The King of Fighters 2003, The Last Blade 2, Twinkle Star Sprites, SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. And they will join this bunch that was added at the start of the month. So right now you can go ahead and grab these: Quake, Rose Riddle 2, The Amazing American Circus, Banners of Ruin, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, very good game. Spinach, so is Quake. Spinch, Desert Child, Doors Paradox. Yeah, so if you have Amazon Prime, you should just go grab your free games from Prime Gaming, okay? There's a link here that can get you started. Their platform's a little wonky, I'm not going to lie. But you can get your free games. And if you already have Amazon Prime, there's no reason to not grab your free games, in my opinion. So these are the ones that are free now. And then between the 27th and the 3rd, you'll be able to grab all these as well. Right? So I'll throw this in chat. Go get your free games. Also, if you don't have Amazon Prime, there are ways to get free trials. Do some Google searches. Do some online searches. There are legitimate ways. Be careful. You don't want to get duped. But there are legitimate ways out there to get a month or two free trial of Amazon Prime. So if you don't currently have Amazon Prime, but you are interested in potentially getting some free titles on their platform, some of these are you're interested in having these, go do a little bit of research on how to get a free Amazon Prime trial for like a month and grab these titles, okay? It's free games. Amazon Prime, 10 free games. Yeah, this is what we just talked about. So this isn't anything new. My bad. Last article I have for the day, okay? If you have anything to add, let me know in chat. We'll discuss it before we move forward to our, day 15? Are we day 15 today? What day are we? Day 15? Am I tripping? Is that where we're at already? Why can't I see it? Yes. Holy moly, dude. Day 15. Yo, it's random mode time, by the way. Get your random modes in there. Let's go. Day 15. We'll be moving on to day 15 of Breath of the Wild. Okay, so if you got anything to add pertinent to the video gaming news segment, let me know in chat. I'll address it before we move on, all right? Here's the last one I have. PC requirements reach new high as popular PS5 game hits Steam. Returnal's arrival on PC comes with a recommended system requirement of 32 gigs of RAM, guys. That's a chunk. It's a chunk. Pop quiz for you PC nerds. A friend wants to build a gaming PC and wants to know how much RAM they should get. What do you say? 16 gigs for gaming is a safe bet, right? Maybe you could even get by with 8 if you want to play most indie games and perform daily computing tasks. Question mark. Well, you better hope this hypothetical friend of yours, not that you don't have real friends, I'm sure, isn't planning on playing the upcoming PC version of Returnal, because according to the game's new Steam listing, recommended specs are asking for an eye-watering 32 gigs of RAM. Originally released as a PS5 exclusive, Returnal is one of many Sony games coming to PC lately. Returnal is a third-person roguelike shooter where you play as a space explorer caught in a never-ending time loop. As an early PS5 title that showed off much of the promise of the system's graphical horsepower, it's certainly appropriate for a PC release to up the ante. Word of Returnal's arrival on PC arrived during the epically long Game Awards last week. It really was, too. It was really long. Where it was followed by a Steam listing that included the recommended specs of a 6-core processor, 8 if you're rocking AMD, a 2000 series GPU, 60 gigs of hard drive space, which is pretty modest, actually, yeah, and 32 gigs of RAM in the year 2022. The future is here, all right. Look, I've been telling people to be prepared for this kind of thing. To be fair, the minimum specs of Returnal seem to be a lot more tolerable, but are still kind of high in the RAM department. 4-core CPU, a 1060 or same level graphics card from like maybe AMD or something like that. You'll need 16 gigs of RAM for minimum specs. It's still solid requirements even on minimum side. I only got into PC gaming around 2016 or so, but I know that minimum specs are usually tailored to what's left from previous gens. That means you, with the GTX 980 still in tank, need to move on. I have been talking to people about this too, but I'll address some of this stuff, my thoughts on this in a moment. Returnal's requirements do seem like a pretty sharp spike to anyone paying attention to this sort of thing, which is what I thought of the upcoming Dead Space's remakes minimum and recommended specs of 16 gigs. Let's put it into some context though. In 2015, popular titles like Fallout 4 and Witcher 3 asked for 8 gigs on minimum and recommended. Flash forward to 2019, Resident Evil 2's remake asked for 8 gigs on either min or recommended sides. Cyberpunk, which kicks my PC's 32 gigs of RAM, 8-core CPU, and 3000 series GPUs, but wanted 12 gigs at most in 2020. Just a year later, the gorgeous Forza Horizon 5 had a recommended request of 16 gigs of RAM, as did Resident Evil Village. Now, Returnal, which doesn't have a release date on PC yet, arrives with double the requirement in a fraction of the time. Sure, a 32 gigabyte recommended spec is an inevitability because we can't get enough of the pretty pixels. When you consider that Returnal was at best a sleeper hit on PS5 and isn't, the next Crysis or the sequel to Cyberpunk, the number feels awfully high. If nothing else, Returnal specs are a sore spot as PC gaming in general is getting more and more expensive, even with crypto's empire burning in the distance. Look, anybody getting into PC gaming, I always recommend PC gaming provides you with the opportunity to do something that you're not able to do with consoles, which is to prepare for expansion, prepare for the future, right? And I talked about this. You don't necessarily have to, for example, if you're building a full-size PC, quite often you got 4 RAM slots, right? Meaning that whether you're building the PC yourself or you're buying it pre-made or whatever, you can have it set up in a way where you're only utilizing 2 of those RAM slots to begin with. And you can go with 2 16 gigabyte sticks of RAM, giving you 32 gigs of RAM to begin with, which allows you to upgrade in the future as needed, right? Things of that nature. PC allows you to do that. But this is just I mean, this is where PC gaming is always going to have an advantage over console, right? Because PC is a much more agile platform. It's it's always advancing, right? PCs are always advancing. The technology, obviously, the technology that is utilized in PC is also used in console. The console is a static kind of thing. You get a console, it's static. About the only thing you're ever going to be changing in that is like maybe a hard drive. So the hardware is always the same. So the developers are just making stuff for that. You see, like with the PC stuff, it's like, dude, we can just keep going kind of bigger and kind of even with a game that initially came out on like a modern console, they can do more with it, bringing it to PC because of the agility, the flexibility in what PC provides in the upgradability, the consistent evolution, in what PC does. So if that makes sense, I guess. Another thing I've been saying to people is, while quite often, a 900 series graphics card or a 1000 series graphics card from NVIDIA these are still getting the job done for a lot of people in gaming right now. It's not a bad time to maybe take a look at upgrading those cards. We saw a news article recently about the fact that NVIDIA is stopping production of their chips for the 2000 series graphics cards, the 2060s, things like that, which are very, very good cards at a nice price point. So if anybody's still running on 900 series to 1000 series graphics cards, it might not be a bad time to go take a look at like picking up a 2000 series graphics card from NVIDIA because they're going to be probably at a pretty solid price point, and they perform very well still for a lot of modern games. Are you going to be getting the power that you're getting out of something like a 4000 series, the brand new line? No, but you're also not having to pay near as much. The 4000 line of graphics cards, your price for performance is very skewed there, where you're paying way more money really than you're getting performance out of those cards. Don't get me wrong, there are people that need the latest and greatest in different kinds of applications, but if you're just primarily gaming and everything, then you'll be just fine for a few years on a 2000 series card probably. And you can get those at a pretty nice price point right now. Again, I think that we've seen the RAM requirement on games really start ramping up. This is a perfect example right here of Returnal coming to PC. Elden Ring was a RAM hog. You can see that. The more these games evolve into open world, they're very graphic heavy. The worlds are huge. There's hardware across the board is getting more stressed. There's more requirements for hardware as these games become more grandiose, as it were. The worlds are more immersive. They're larger and more realistic. That's just inevitable. But we're starting to see it really take off, especially on the PC side of things. So my advice to you, especially on the side of RAM, is if you're looking to get into PC gaming, set yourself up for the future. Either go big initially to where you're overshooting how much RAM, that you need. Because if you're building right now and you're going, or you're buying a PC right now and you're just going in at 16 gigs of RAM, you're not really setting yourself up for where gaming is heading, right? Obviously, yeah. I think that going in right now and getting a PC, you'll be fine right now for just getting 32 gigs of RAM, and I would really highly advise, if you're going only with 32 gigs of RAM, to get it in a dual stick configuration. That way you still have 2 more slots that you can put 30 or 32 more gigs of RAM in there and get to a total of 64 in the future, because this is going to continue to happen. That's literally what I've done. I have 2 sticks of RAM in my PC right now, 16 gigs a piece. So I'm at 32 gigs, but I can easily ramp up to 64 gigs whenever that time comes that I need that, So that's my biggest thing for people. If you're getting into PC gaming, set yourself up for the future, make it easy on yourself. And we're seeing it happen with PC gaming. We're definitely there. All right, that's what I got, guys. We will be moving on to some gameplay. You guys rock. Happy Tuesday, man. We're working our way. We're working our way to the weekend again. Hope everybody is having a great week so far. Appreciate you being a part of this news segment and a part of this community. Thanks for making this such an amazing place for myself and the rest of these amazing people to hang out every single day. If you're enjoying this content and you're getting to take a look at this, maybe after we were live, either on the Twitch page here or on YouTube as a VOD, and you're enjoying the content, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself, the rest of this amazing community, whenever we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. Start off all of our streams with video gaming news before we jump into whatever video gaming content we have slated for the rest of the day, which is for today going to be day 15 of Breath of the Wild coming up next. But I don't know. Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for December 14th edition of Video Gaming News, and it will be day 16 of Breath of the Wild. All right?